Oh my God, what is going on with Bitcoin? If you're new here, my name is Luis Leiva and I love making these videos to help you make money. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you have some sort of interest in investing in cryptocurrencies. And today we're going to talk about what just occurred this week. Up until today, we've been seeing a really crazy volatile market. The Bitcoin price has been down as low as $30,000. And I recently made a video telling you guys, I'll link it right here above my head, telling you guys you have to start looking at Bitcoin at these prices. I'm calling everyone and telling them to buy at these prices because it was a great buying opportunity. But a lot of people out there, retail investors, were selling like crazy, trying to take profits. Meanwhile, institutional investors were coming in and buying it all up, basically just taking it at a discount price. And today, Thursday, just like I predicted in that video, and I do think it's going to go up this week. And the reason I say that is because Joe Biden on Thursday is scheduled to talk about his new stimulus plan, which is going to be trillions of dollars. It's expected to be trillions of dollars, which is going to send stocks soaring. It's going to send crypto soaring, and gold and silver, it's going to be up as well. So it's again at record prices, $40,000 Bitcoin again, guys. And I guarantee you by the end of the day, or maybe by the time this video is actually aired, we're probably going to see another 42,000 or higher Bitcoin price. And remember, guys, the reason why I said that was because we're going to be hearing about major stimulus announcement tonight by Joe Biden. So that is driving the stock market, it's driving the cryptocurrency market. A lot of people are worried about inflation, so they're dumping money right in there. So if you guys are watching this and it's still early in the day, you may want to think about taking a look at that for yourself, or at least do your own research on it. I was watching a video just yesterday. I'll leave a link to it down below in the description section. And what he was explaining is that the mainstream media is always trying to get you to sell or buy crypto at the very worst times. I think they have like a 95% track record of when they're always calling the opposite things that are going to happen. They just had Jim Cramer on CNBC talking about that he's a buyer of Bitcoin when it hits $20,000 again.
So Jim, interestingly enough, Bitcoin has been on a rise this week. I mean, it hit 42,000 this morning.
Just so you know, people know, I took my cash, I took my the position that I have, I took all the cash out. I am playing entirely with the house's money, Bitcoin.
So that made a lot of retail investors think, oh my God, I bought it too expensive, or maybe it's not worth what I own it at. I'm just gonna get rid of it and I'll buy it later when it's cheaper. So they're selling all their Bitcoin, and guess what's happening? These big institutions, these big whales are coming in and just scooping it all up. So once again, the mainstream media was wrong, dead wrong, and a lot of people out there are suffering today because of that, because now they're gonna have to come back in and buy it at higher levels because they're gonna have what's called FOMO, fear of missing out, because now you're hearing about $50,000, $100,000 Bitcoin, and they're like, oh my God, did I make a huge mistake? Maybe I should go back and buy it again. So maybe they bought it at 40, they sold it at 30, and now they're gonna come in and buy it at 40 again. They're just losing money all around. How can I be so certain that this is actually happening? There's an exchange called Coinbase that's basically the Robinhood of crypto. You can go there and buy and sell your crypto. They've reported that this week they've had about 38% of their transactions being buys. That means the remainder of it has been all sells. So remember, these are retail investors that are using these platforms, because the big whales and the institutions, they don't use that. They actually use brokers. There's a brokerage by the name of New York Digital Investment Group who reported that this week alone, they had 89% of their orders were buys, and they only deal with wealthy individuals, big institutions. As a matter of fact, they are the group that actually put together the acquisition of $100 million Bitcoin purchase by Massachusetts Mutual, or Mass Mutual. They're an insurance company. So insurance companies are taking $100 million, guys, and parking it into Bitcoin. That's insane. And you may think that's a lot of money, but to be honest with you, for an insurance company, that represents a very small piece of their pie, maybe about 1%. And he was quoted as saying in an article that I just read, it was put out this morning, and this is what the gentleman from NYDIG said. He said, our institution client base saw a drawdown as a buying opportunity. The firm told The Block. During the drawdown, a full 89% of our client orders were to buy. we see that our client base made up of institutions with very long-term time horizons, such as insurance companies, see pullbacks as a time to add to their positions. So he literally said insurance companies. So I guarantee you guys, Mass Mutual was another big buyer once again when the price was down to $30,000, probably even at the 33, 34, 35, all those ranges. They had to be some pretty big buy orders there to get right back up to $40,000 Bitcoin so fast. So I'm well aware that a lot of you watching have never purchased a crypto before. And I know this because I've been getting messages asking me, how is it? Can I buy Ethereum? How do I buy Bitcoin? What exchange do I use? So to make things very easy for you, I'm gonna break down 3 very popular ways and you can get your hands on some crypto. If you decide to do that, remember, I'm not giving you any kind of advice. I'm just telling you what the questions I've been getting are and how I would answer them. So number 1, if you're thinking about investing into crypto, just easily investing it the most basic way possible, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description section to Coinbase, where you can actually set up an account. Remember, it's just like Robinhood, it's a trading account. It's so simple to use, guys. It's very simple. You just have to verify your identity in a couple little steps, fund the account, and then you're good to go. So you would just go in there. I'm actually gonna show you right now how easy it could be. I'll buy some crypto real time with you guys so you can see how fast you can do it. All you have to do is pick what you wanna buy. I don't suggest you buy anything other than Bitcoin or Ethereum. That's what I would buy. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you're not advanced enough to know about these other alternate coins, then don't buy anything that you're not comfortable with, guys. Just make sure you do the research on whatever it is you're gonna buy. Once you do buy it, you'll get an order confirmation and you should be good to go. Now, if you're thinking about spending more than $25,000 on your first transaction, well, you're probably not gonna be able to do that until your account has been verified, and it may take you a few days to do that. If you're looking to place big orders, well, you're probably gonna wanna contact the group that I just mentioned earlier, NYDIG. They're out of New York. They'll act as a broker for you, and they'll go out there and get you the Bitcoin on a major scale. I hope a lot of the people that are watching this are thinking about going all in on it. But if you're not, then you can just go ahead and use Coinbase. Gemini is another very popular one. I still have not gotten the opportunity to use them yet, but I have been playing around with their platform because they have alerts. So you can actually set a price target. So for instance, if you want to wait till the price goes to 39,000, you can set an alert for 39,000. Then you'll get a message, a notification, or an email, and it'll let you know that, hey, look, it's time for you to put in that order. So then you go in and you manually put the order. The second way for you to get involved in crypto, which is very exciting, not so much crypto, but more Bitcoin, is what I'm probably thinking that you guys would be interested in for this one. It's called Grayscale Trust. And what they act as is basically a holder of your Bitcoin. They're just like any other kind of trust out there. So you're going to be buying into them through a stock ticker symbol. The ticker symbol for them is GBTC. So you can just go in and buy it on a stock exchange, whatever stock exchange you want to use, like WEBULL or Robinhood. And I'll leave links for that as well down below if you guys don't have one of those. And you could just buy it up. That's very simple to do. I've been buying this the last couple of weeks, and it's performing tremendously well for me because Bitcoin is on the way up. So the way it works is like this. For every 1 share that you buy of GBTC, you will get 0.0009 Bitcoin. So you're actually holding it for every share that you have. But the beauty of it is that you don't have to worry about if someone's going to steal your Bitcoin from your exchange, if you forgot the password to your cold storage, because they're holding it for you and they're going to take it offline into cold storage. And if you don't know what cold storage is, it basically means it's the highest way for them to be protected, because they're not going to be on the internet. They're going to be downloaded into a drive somewhere offline, and they're going to be protected. And then when you need them, they can always sell them off and give you the cash for it. So that's probably one of the best things, is that you don't have to worry about ever losing them, because there's a lot of nightmare stories out there of people buying it, forgetting their passwords, throwing out computers, not remembering what they did with them. And guys, it could be worth millions and millions of dollars in the future. But a lot of people who were throwing these things out many years ago, we're like, oh, who cares? I got 10 Bitcoin in there. It's probably worth like 20, 30 bucks. Who cares? Now, guys, that's going to be worth millions and millions of dollars. And I'm sure a lot of people out there right now are kicking themselves. Now, there is a 2% annual fee to have Grayscale take care of your Bitcoin, but that's peanuts compared to how high the revenues have been, or the returns, I should say, have been with Grayscale. So for instance, this year, Grayscale was trading at as low as $5 during the market crash during the pandemic. And now it's at $44, guys. I actually just bought some this morning, and it's gonna only continue to go up as Bitcoin prices go up. So that's very exciting, because it's not based on how well Grayscale performs as a company. It's more tied into the asset, which is really exciting, because you can also do this with it. If you have an IRA, if you have a self-direct or Roth IRA or self-directed IRA, whatever you have, you can actually buy Grayscale Trust with it, and then you could just forget about it and just leave it there until you're ready to cash out your IRA 60, or I'm sorry, not 60 years, when you're like 60 years old, 62, 65 years old, however old you have to be to cash out your IRA. But the great thing about that is, remember this, guys, you're taking pre-tax money. So you're able to invest more than you normally would because you don't have to worry about the tax part of it. And then you're putting it into this vehicle that is going to go ahead and mature over the next 10 or 20, 30 years. And it's going to be a non-taxed account. So it's going to be more money than you would have normally been able to invest. And then when you're ready to take this money out, it's going to be a lot more money. It's going to be compounded with the extra money you didn't have to pay for tax. Now, granted, if you ever do cash it out when you're retiring, you will have to pay tax on that stuff. But remember this, most likely you'll be in a lower tax bracket and you won't have to pay as much as you would today. Either way, you guys are going to be creaming. You're going to be making so much money off that sale that who cares? Pay Uncle Sam the 30% or whatever you'll have to pay. The third and final way for you to invest into crypto would be just by following the link down below for WEBULL and typing in MSTR as the ticker symbol. That stands for Microstrategy. I've spoken about this company in my previous videos, but the reason why I'm bringing it up is because this company used to trade for $90 a share prior to them taking their balance sheet, taking all their treasury and putting it into Bitcoin, about $400 million worth in 2020. Since then, the stock has shot up to about $602 today, guys. That's more than a 6x if you would have been into this company a few months ago. Obviously, nobody knew, but when the announcement was made, that sent huge waves across the whole industry. Michael Saylor is now almost like an icon of the cryptocurrency space because there really hasn't been any major institutional players who have come out and done such a major move like this. Being that they're a publicly traded company, he's now paving the way for other companies to do the same thing. He is what they call the OG, who's only been in crypto for a few months. He's been the original gangster, I guess they call him, but he's only been in crypto for a few months. But because he did what he did, it's really starting to kind of legitimize investing in Bitcoin. And since then, there's been other CEOs who are also toying with the idea. And I wouldn't be surprised, guys, like I always say, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Tesla taking a portion of their cash they have on the books and putting it into BTC, because really, guys, the sky is the limit. So much so that Michael Saylor was on a podcast, or he was being interviewed just the other day, and he went as far as saying that, yes, he agrees with all the other people who are saying that Bitcoin can go to 100,000 or even $1 million one day. But the end game for Bitcoin, he says that one day it could be as high as $15 million, guys. I'm not even making this up. I couldn't even make it up if I wanted to.
It's somewhere between 100 trillion and 300 trillion in today's money. And of course, if we look out 5 or 10 years, there may be 700 trillion in today's money then. So if half of the monetary energy sits in a store of value index, then it could be 300 or 400 trillion dollars.
But I'd be happy with Bitcoin getting to 100,000 by the end of the year, just because I know that things don't go straight up. And the more they do go straight up, you know, the more kind of mania it causes. But I did learn one thing, is that the higher the price of Bitcoin goes, the more stable it gets, because it gets more attention of the major institutions. It gets more attention from people who are going to actually take out long contracts on them. So it stabilizes the price a little bit. So we won't be seeing 25% drops as often as we are used to, or 80%, 90% drops like we used to see in the very beginning. We'll probably start seeing like 10% drops or 5% drops, and then very small drops. As you recall, sometimes you watch the news and you know, you got the television anchor saying, oh, today was a bloodbath on Wall Street. The Dow was down 2%. And 2% for crypto is nothing. 2% for crypto is like 5 minutes, it's there. So right now, at the time of this recording, crypto is floating around $40,000. Let me just check again, because this thing changes so fast. It's floating around $39,360. So it's pretty much close to the 40,000 mark. It was over 40,000 this morning. And if you think it's too late, guys, it's just the beginning. It's just warming up. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm just telling you to make some time out of your busy schedule and take a look at cryptos. And if you want help with getting more information on investing into crypto, join our group where we talk about these great investments. We're going to start our new class this upcoming week. So if you want more information on that, I'll leave a link up here. Also, there's a link down below in the description section, guys. You're going to love it. I think I only have like maybe 10 spots left. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a humongous thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this to help you make money in this crazy time that we're living. Thank you guys for watching. And if you want to learn more about what we do, check out one of the videos on the screen right now. Thank you guys for watching. I love you, and I'll see you next time.